Indian selectors have rung in the changes for the fourth test against England at Nagpur. Zaheer Khan, Yuvraj Singh, Harbhajan Singh have been axed from the squad after a string of poor performances. Now the selectors have included young guns Ravichandran, Ashwin of course very much in that team, but Ravindra Jadeja coming back into that team. Piyush Chawla also gets a look in, as does Delhi pacer Parvinder Avana. However, Indian skipper MS Dhoni has been given another chance. Sachin Tendulkar, Virender, Sehwag, Gautam, Gambhir have also retained their places as far as the test matches go, despite being under pressure. No Viru, remember, he is not available for the T20s. Now, spin twins Pragyan Ojha, R. Ashwin have been retained as well. Ishant Sharma, Virat Kohli and Cheteshwar Pujara also hold on to their places in the Indian team.
I don't want to comment about the selection. Nobody is happy when you lose. Nobody is happy, but after all, it is a sport. Times you win, your times you lose, which is we are looking into the reason how we can improve, what are the deficiencies. We are looking into the lengthy discussion, and we are working on it. Definitely, nobody is happy if you lose. Nobody is happy. I don't want to comment about the selection. Nobody is happy when you lose. Nobody is happy, but after all, it is a sport. Times you win, your times you lose, which is we are looking into the reason how we can improve, what are the deficiencies. We are looking into the lengthy discussion, and we are working on it. Definitely, nobody is happy if you lose. Nobody is happy.
Right, headline says Shumon Ray now joins us. Also joining us is sports editor Aaj Tak Vikrant Gupta. Shumon, want to come to you first up. Just break down this current situation for us. The team as it stands. Yes, changes brought in a little too late perhaps, but can we expect this to hold on going ahead in the next series, perhaps in the next test match, and what's lined up ahead?
Well, after a long time, the selectors have shown some kind of backbone. The way despite BCCI's indication that there won't be wholesome changes, the selectors have actually done that. Three big names dropped, and also putting the other senior players into the radar, including the captain. That's a big turnaround from the selectors. And this selectors, I believe, that believes in perform or perish. You cannot just hold on to your past laurels and stay in the team till eternity. So clearly, this selection committee and selection team, I believe, are showing some kind of intent to correct or rectify whatever has gone wrong with this team and the team's attitude. So clearly now Dhoni is the captain himself, has been put under notice that you need to perform well in the fourth test match, or else probably they will look into another change. Probably before the Australia series they will opt for another captainship.
But what really happened inside that meeting? Vikrant Gupta has those details and will, bring us up to speed with what happened with the selectors and the Indian captain. Vikrant, no one can deny Mahendra Singh Dhoni, yes, has a fantastic record, but you can't live on your laurels in the past. You have to deliver results. This is, sport at the highest level.
That's the essence of cricket, Aditya. You look at India's history. Kapil Dev, when he won the World Cup in '83, he was removed as the Indian captain 18 months after the World Cup win. Saurav Ganguly, he took India to the finals of the World Cup, was removed as the India captain about two years after that. Yes. The thing is that now in modern day cricket, people are saying that there's a sell-by date in terms of leadership. Yes, you got that shelf life which could be 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, and you run out of ideas, and that's what's happening with Dhoni. I think the conversation between him and the selectors ought to be seen as a conversation between two parties. Okay. The selectors obviously are the stakeholders of Indian cricket. We can criticize them if they don't select the right team. On the other hand, Dhoni, yes, he's the captain of the Indian team, has been the captain of Indian team, has seen the growth of Indian cricket, but on current form doesn't really warrant a place in the 11. So if it doesn't warrant a place in the 11, his captaincy will also be under threat. If the Indian team had been winning and Dhoni had not been scoring runs, you would have still said okay. But if India lose in Nagpur, God forbid, Dhoni would maybe have to go before the Australia series. Maybe he'll be in the 11 still, but his captaincy will not remain with him.
But where is the alternative? We'll speak to Vikrant and Shumon about that. Who is likely to take that place if Mahendra Singh Dhoni needs to be axed? Are we looking at split captaincy? India has done that in the past with Anil Kumble and Mahendra Singh Dhoni as well. Other captains. We'll try and talk about these issues. First up, let's build on this development. The five wise men of Indian cricket really coming down heavily issuing in many ways a show cause, putting these players on notice, saying that the Indian players for their shoddy performance in this grudge series, which has become a joke as far as the Indians are concerned, cannot continue to behave like this. The selection committee, they've put the Indian skipper MS Dhoni, like Vikrant was pointing out, on notice for his failure to lead from the front. The selectors have also warned the Indian players to either perform or perish in this do-or-die battle now, which is lined up at Nagpur. The only thing that the Indians can do now, remember, is level the series, salvage some pride. They cannot win this series now. So skipper MS Dhoni, he also, remember, faces the heat with his performance coming under intense scanner, not just with his leadership but also with the bat. The Nagpur test match could well be Dhoni's last as test skipper, because the selectors have made it quite clear in no uncertain terms at that he needs to get his act in order or face the music. Well, in fact, the chairman of selectors, Sandeep Patil, also called the Indian players to a room, gave them a dressing down for their woeful displays. Patil even warning the players to not take their place in the team for granted.
As a leader, I think, this is a challenge that's thrown up to me or towards me. It's always good to lead a side, when they are doing really well, everybody is performing, and, leading a side is all about when the team is not doing well, you try to gel the team together, back the youngsters, back the senior guys, try to move in the right direction, because the easiest thing for me to do right now is to say, I'll quit captainship and, be part of the side, because, that's like running away from a responsibility that's upon you to do. Of course, there are others who will decide.
Vikrant, this is a big test for the selectors as well. They have come together. This is one of their biggest assignments, their very first as well in many ways. Just take us through, what about the alternatives? If Mahendra Singh Dhoni has to be let go, what is India looking at?
Again, you'll have to see if you want a stopgap captain, which could be for a year or 2 years, or are you looking at a future? Maybe Virat Kohli would have been a strong contender, but then he's not scored runs in this tournament, in this series. Sehwag, I think, is going to be the likely candidate. He scored some runs. He's not been very consistent. Maybe Nagpur he'll get 2 more innings. But if Sehwag does play 1 or 2 big innings, I think he'll be the likely candidate.
Well, Virender, Sehwag, perhaps, someone who can be looked at. Shuman, the other aspect, of course, in this entire situation is Mahendra Singh Dhoni's form, not just as a leader, but with the bat as well. In the past as well, he himself has expressed doubt, saying, there is a certain degree to which this longevity can continue. Perhaps I will have to give up, captaincy in one of the formats. He said this himself in the past. You think this lack of confidence also has started, creeping into his game?
Well, lack of confidence is one thing that's there with the Indian team in the entire series, and the body language has not been positive. Even the thinking pattern has been quite negative. We did not see Dhoni attacking enough, not only in this match but previous matches as well. There has been series of mistakes when it comes to captainship. Also, the fact that the players none of the players, except for Sachin in the first innings, showed some intent of playing like in a test match. You do not play the way the Indian players have been. Loose ball, you just chase down and get out easily. So you're throwing away your wickets. It's not that England though played very well, but most of the wickets, the way they have fallen, you will actually see Indian batsmen getting out on loose deliveries. So clearly it shows that there is lack of intent, lack of purpose, and also the fact that Indian players probably some of them needs a little bit of rest, and if these players are given a little bit of maybe 1 or 2 matches they are dropped, probably they will come back fresh and maybe perform better. So clearly Dhoni along with other senior players have to be given some kind of whatever the selectors have done today. So it's need of the hour, definitely.
Well, you cannot take your place in that team for granted. This is international cricket. This is international sport at the highest level. Lack of intent, always very important, as far as Shuman pointing out there as well. If Ravichandran Ashwin can grind it out there, you expect the more senior batsman to really show some intent as well. Shuman Ray, Vikrant Gupta, appreciate you joining us with your inputs on this story, also bringing us up to speed with the exclusive details, the ongoings in that meeting as well as they played out.